A place for everything, and everything in its place. In the market, this makes all the difference. In efficient marketing, the place of the market itself, its situation in the city it serves, has become a vital factor. Maurice Macaulay's load of cauliflowers left his farm near Skerries before 5 o'clock in the morning. Most of the vegetables for the Dublin market are grown in the area north of the city. By 6 o'clock, the loads are converging in time for the opening. An early arrival means a good place in the queue, a quick sale, and an early return home. Between 8 and 9 in the morning, the market and the streets around it are at their busiest. Passageways that were built for horses and carts are jammed by wide lorries and tractor trailers. A truck, and there are many every day, is not only a form of transport. It is sometimes a measurement, for cabbage is usually sold by the load. In 1862, it was decided to provide a market for Dublin, but nothing happened for 30 years. It was in 1892 that the Dublin fruit and vegetable market was set up, so that provisions for the city could be sold in orderly and hygienic conditions. Dublin's population has doubled since the market was built, but the building itself remains much as it was when it first opened. The market is the property of the Dublin Corporation, and all merchants rent their stands or banks by the week. Some of the homegrown food is auctioned and some left on the merchants' banks to be sold by them on commission. Produce which is unsold is taken away and dumped, the growers suffering the complete loss. There's no compulsory grading in the Dublin market. This undermines the buyer's confidence and doesn't help prices. But many growers grade voluntarily, and their produce always sells at a premium even when there is a glut on the market. There are recognized methods of presenting produce. Broccoli and cauliflower are delivered loose and are sorted on the salesman's bank. While cabbage is usually sold by the load, main crop carrots and parsnips go by the bag, and celery, rhubarb and white turnips sell in bunches, tomatoes and peas by the chip. One cabbage less for the pot. Prices fluctuate alarmingly. A dry spell can send the price of lettuce and tomatoes rocketing. Prolonged wet weather can mean the opposite. When there's overproduction, good food may be ploughed back into the land because its price is too low to cover the cost of harvesting. In the past few years, many of the bigger customers, like the supermarkets, have been diverting produce away from the market by buying some of their supplies direct from growers. Growers, too, have organized their own cooperative. The North Dublin Growers Co-op, as well as having stands in the markets, sells an increasing quantity from its own premises at Blake's Cross, just outside the city. Not all the buyers are retailers. Increasingly, small shopkeepers come to the markets for their own supplies rather than have them delivered. This has contributed further to the enormous growth in traffic in the narrow streets around the markets. The population growth alone would have increased the business of the market enormously. But added to this is the fact that in the new affluent suburbs, people are eating more vegetables and fruit. A big amount of imported material is sold off the banks, and a further quantity passes through the merchant stores in the streets around the markets. Asking the housewife to buy Irish quality goods is usually good advice, but many of the imports are better presented, and even if they're not of superior quality, their presentation often puts them ahead. Our system of marketing fruit and vegetables has been described as old-fashioned, even archaic. It has hardly changed in this century. Irish horticulture is protected by tariffs now, but come the common market, how would stand the Irish grower then?